Taoist Magic Talk Show brought to you by Taoist Master Ji Sifu and King Dragon Taoism. ผู้亮天尊. Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. This is your Ji Sifu right here. And again, Happy New Year, still in the New Year season, but we are going to talk about something not related. So today's topic is about how do we see fear and how do we deal with fear with Taoism's knowledge, wisdom, and Taoist magic. So first of all, there are different kinds of fears. There are fear that you're born with, which we call pre-heaven factors, and there are fear that is like you had something happen and then you are afraid of that, like something that is in this world, so you can kind of explain why you are scared of something, right? For example, some people might have drowned while they're like learning how to swim as a kid, and then they drowned and got saved by someone, and then eventually after that they are afraid of doing that, right? Okay, so this is one type of fear that is very common. I have a client who have the fear of like going on the ocean, sea, water. Okay, not actually water, but more like going on boats and ships, things like that. And whenever he's like around those places, he feel not very comfortable, and the fear kicks in. But it can be fixed, okay? But, okay, so what are fear anyway? How does it work? Okay, so let's talk about our energy body first, okay? Everyone has an energy body. You don't need to be a Taoist. You just like normal person have energy body. This energy body, we call it the Fat Sun. It's your pre-heaven energy body. In that dimension, you look like an egg. Like chicken egg, okay, but a huge one, very big, okay, big egg. And inside the middle of the egg is your heart, the heart that feels, okay, the heart that generates emotions, feelings, okay, that heart holds your life essence. So as long as that heart has something in there, it's going to give you the power to live a life and stay alive. Okay, so what happened is whenever you feel fear, panicking, and such, what happened is that this heart, there's some energy that rushes up the heart very quickly, and the heart just shakes and go unstable. So when the heart is like facing some violent or abnormal impact or disturbed, then it will feel like that fear, panic, shaky kind of mode. And eventually, because the heart is like that, right? The heart is shaking, and it's kind of like you know what? If you know about computer, right? It's like you have a CPU and it's running very hot. And what happened? It's like it's trying to cool itself down, so it throttles. That's what is happening with your heart. Your heart's like the CPU throttling, It's like suddenly your computer just lag because it's trying to like slow down everything, and then just, until the system is cool again. It's kind of a self-prevention, preventive measure, like trying to save itself, okay? So your heart is like that too. When you feel scared, fear, that kind of fear, your heart is having that issue, and that's why you feel like that. Okay. So there are many causes to it. As I have said, there are things that like pre-heaven matter, and like you're born with it. Okay. Oh, you're like maybe like 1 year old, and you already like is scared of something, right? There are things that is like happen afterwards. So it depends on where and what that element is that caused you to have the fear. Your heart will need different treatments. The heart shaking and being unstable or throttling is a symptom. But where is the thing that is causing it? That's the problem. Okay, so let's talk about the thing that is like you're born with that kind of fear, okay? So think about it this way. did you have this fear when you're very young, like 1, 2 years old, something like that, and you already is well known for that kind of fear? If you do, most likely the element is in your Yun San, your spiritual planetary body. And this is very stubborn. It's very hard to deal with because that stuff is something that is going on in your spiritual planetary body, which you cannot fix with your ordinary power. And you don't know what it is. It's something carried on from your past life. You don't know what it is, and there's no way for you to know what it is. You can just live with it. It's just like your weakness, like your whole life weak spot. And whenever you encounter that, that's something there. And this can most likely be caused because of some evil stuff. Some evil, like bad people from your previous life doing stuff to you. So you have something inside your spiritual planetary body. It's kind of like, imagine your planet got invaded by aliens, okay? And they're like messing your world up there, so you always have the problem here, and that can happen. This is common, okay? Very common. So that kind of fear, you cannot explain why. That's what it is. And in order to fix that kind of problem, there's no other way. You need to ordain and cultivate and eventually fix up the Yun San like that. Okay, it's a long journey, not something that you can just fix with a small thing. Okay, now second thing is pros heaven element. Some fear that kicks in after something happened, or maybe out of the blue you just felt a new type of fear for something out of the blue. Okay, that kind of stuff usually is like real time, or the element is here in this world, and you can track down what it is, or you can, you kind of make sense of it, like, oh, I'm feared because, there's like a because, right? Okay, if that's the case, you can fix that kind of problem, and it depends on how bad it is, okay? So if it's very mild, like something just crashed into you, okay, and you just had that fear for a moment, that's like a very light kind of problem, then you can fix it by settling your soul and your heart. A very natural way without using magic is using a breathing pattern. So if you use the breathing pattern to equalize the energy of your energy body, okay, if the element is like, it's not like a machine gun and keep coming at you, after a while of the breathing work, you should be calmed down and the fear is gone. Now, of course, I'm talking about like easy, mild problem, right? Not the big ones. So how to do it? Well, very simple. You can do what we call 5-1-5 pattern. Okay, breathe in with your nose. Close your eyes first, okay? Breathe in with your nose, and then 5 seconds, and then hold at the heart, and then breathe out and bloat your tummy for 5 seconds. And then you repeat this process slowly and repeat it. And for about like 10 minutes, you can set a timer, like 10 minutes, and then it rings, then you slowly like taper out, okay? And after 10 minutes, you should be calmed down already. So this is a very simple way to equalize your energy body, the soul, and settle the soul energy. If the problem is not like a machine gun, like come back and come back and come back to bug you, you should be okay. There are other fears, such as fear from evil's attack, evil magic, evil spirits, and that kind of thing. It can be like, for example, oh, sorry, I kicked the mic again. For example, okay, someone threatened you, right? Someone threatened you online or something, right? And, well, it's like, yeah, he just like, say it. But somehow I feel very afraid, like very fearful. That could be because the other person is doing evil magic at you, intention or unintentionally. Intentionally is like someone threatened you and then they actually know some magic and did it on you. So, yeah, talking about this, a lot of people are kind of confused, and they think that in order for people to do magic on you, they need to have something from you, or they need your picture, or they need your name and birth date and things like that. You know what? In real life, it doesn't work like that. Okay? People just need to know you're there, like they have a thought of you, and the evil magic can channel through already. It's very simple. Like someone talks to you online and you have a nickname, right? For example, your nickname is like Peter Pan 123. That guy just needs to know you by Peter Pan 1 through 3, and he know like who you are in his mind. Then he can already fly that evil magic to you, and it's like very easy to do because your nickname it's a way to bridge to you. So as long as like there's a way for that guy to bridge to you, it's fine. Sometimes like you like I've seen people who got cursed while they're outside, and all it takes is someone like take a glance of that person and know who that is, and that's it. That that's so easy, right? Yeah, it is so easy. So you could be cursed just like that. I mean cursed as in like people do evil magic to attack you, right? Okay, so if you feel that kind of fear from the evil magic attack, what naturally people does is like, oh, I feel afraid, and then let me tell my friends, right? Oh, what happened when you tell your friends? Like I'm talking about method that you don't need magic, like you don't need to ordain or whatever, right? You just do this and it will work because it's a natural way people do it. So you talk to friends, tell people, and what you're doing is like you're distributing the crap to other people. It might sound like you're a virus, like, oh, I'm doing bad thing, I should not do that. Well, yeah, but you have no choice as an ordinary person, so what can you do? So find your friends who are like having like some good energy, right? Supportive friends, and then you tell them about your feelings. Once you tell them about your feelings, your energy will distribute to them, so they absorb a little bit of it. Now, in order for you to not become that a-hole which goes around and keep diseasing people, then you should like have a limit. Just talk to them for a while and then cut it. Don't keep going on and on and on. Like we all hate those people who like call you by the phone and then they just drag you for 2 hours telling how sad they feel and things like that, right? Keep it short, right? 10 minutes. Enough. Okay, so you're done. Like they comfort you, and what else can they do, right? So after that, you call another person. After that, you might want to call another person, and the more people you call, the more you calm down, because that energy, that excessive energy that came in, which is messing up your heart, is going to other people in parts, like a little bit here, a little bit there, and it gets better. You can also distribute your energy to other places that is like dead objects. For example, naturally, people is like, oh, I'm so afraid. Let me go destroy something. And then they go and like maybe break some board, smash something. Some people take air gun and like shatters the bottle and, vent it, right? You can vent it. As you vent to the dead object, they take the load for you as well. But, you need to be able to understand how this actually works and not to cause a problem yourself. What do I mean by not to cause a problem yourself? Well, let's say, okay, some people, they might vent it out this way. Oh, I feel the fear. Let me vent it out. My way to vent is I will draw a picture and then just scribble and like angrily draw. It's a way to express your energy. So yeah, it works, right? However, all the energy went into the drawing, right? The drawing itself, like the paper itself, absorbed those energy. Okay. So you're done with your drawing and you decided, I'm going to like destroy it. And then at the end, you rip it. Okay, you know what? Once you rip, the paper is being destroyed. The energy also released. So where does it go? The energy vents out, like you're unleashing a stink bomb right in your room. And then it just go back into everything. You might not feel the problem right away because like instead of all the energy going back into your body, it goes to your bed, your carpet, your door, everything around you. So, not very wise, but yeah, they do took some of that, right? So you're not going to feel as bad, but it's still like some of that is going back to you. Now, a better way is you draw that picture and then you just throw it out, like bag it up, throw it out of the house, let the garbage can deal with it, let outside, the garbage truck come and pick it up. Whatever they do with it, it doesn't have to do with you, right? So all the energy releases when it gets destroyed elsewhere and it's not coming back to you. Hey, that's a smarter way to deal with it, right? So whenever you feel the fear for something, you can do this. Think of a way to express your fear. Like do something, create something, or put your energy into something, and then you know what? Make sure that thing don't explode in front of you. Right? Okay, so if you're like playing with air guns, okay, you're venting while you're like shooting stuff, right? So you have like all those garbage from your plinkling, right? You have like the soup cans, the paper, all that stuff. It's like absorbing your energy as you vent, as you shoot, right? So these things also breaks and they stay in that area. If you don't clean it up, it just keep accumulating right there. It's kind of like you have a punching bag and you keep punching. It holds on to that energy. It doesn't go away. So, yeah, how do you get rid of it? Well, you can clean up the stuff, or change the whole thing once in a while. For us air gunners, you have like this pellet trap, right? Some people put like duck seals at the back and it eats the pellet. So all the pellets that's inside, it's very hard to get rid of. So as you shoot, the trap gets full. The energy also stuck there until you rip everything away. However, the pellet also stick to the trap. So the trap itself also absorbs some energy. So you might want to maybe once a year or once a few years, you might want to just throw the whole thing out and then build a new one. So some people are like, no, I just built it once and I'm lazy. I don't want to do it again. Well, then that energy sticks at your house and, it's not really healthy. Now, if you have magic, then you can do better because you can use magic to clean up just the energy without dealing with throwing the whole trap away. So if you're how expensive punching bags are, right? So if you have a punching bag or something and you keep accumulating your energy there, when you have fear, you vent, right? Then what happened? Well, the energy keeps going on there. It will become a bomb in your house. It will vent. Eventually, it's like black smoke come out and contaminate everything. So you can use the magic to clean it up so you don't have to physically throw out the whole thing. That's how nice magic is, right? You can work around things. Without magic, all you can do is, find other places and things to vent it. Now, venting the fear energy onto your friends and family and so on, by telling people, is actually better. Because why? They eat it, they will also spread it out. People go, tell their friend, oh, you know what? This happened. I'm so scared. And then eventually, people like gossiping, right? So they tell other people and say, oh, you know what? Who just told me this? And then it spread it out, right? So eventually that energy that you gave this person, they gave it to others and everyone get a little bit. It doesn't do any harm. Right? It seems like it's very harmful if you just give all of them to one person, right? But if they also give to others, it's fine. You spread it out, right? And that's also one thing about social media. You post something like your feelings, right? And you post a video, like a TikTok or something, and everyone gets a bit of it, right? And it just spread it out and you feel better right away because you vented it out into the video and it goes to other people who watched it. Yeah. So if you're like those people who love addicted to TikTok and keep scrolling, well, you see a lot of people are venting their energy when they make videos. Right? They're venting their feelings. So you picked up that stuff. If you pick up too much, the whole day you're non-stop scrolling and you get addicted, right? So what happened is you get a lot of stuff inside you, those things that get your energy body clogged up and you have other problems. So a lot of kids, they have addiction with these things. You have problems because these things will clog up your system and because you don't know how to vent it out and clear it up. So to deal with fear, the best way is to spread it out or vent it out on other things and so on. But of course, if you want the smarter way, you can use magic. It's much easier, much faster, and much more effective because you just have something that is way more powerful than your ordinary powers. Anyway, the timer is up. I have more to say, but too bad. So that's it for today, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.